Why women wear makeup. Shall we wear makeup or not? So this is the topic that I planned to do a long time ago, basically because of the Polish people commenting about my makeup, calling me Cleopatra or insect or whatever, because I like eyeliner. And I will give you a short idea during the centuries, a little bit, very little bit, because I'm not a historian. So I rather have someone who will tell me more about it, but just to give you a perspective, and then I will quickly move on to psychological and more paranormal issues behind the makeup and what it can mean, what it can offer to you or not. And we will get to it. And first of all, also, I'm greeting you warmly, sunny, whatever you are. I hope to hear from you. So if you like, please, if you find a moment to give me a comment under this video, I will very much appreciate it. So I can also reach people who speaking English and do not speak Polish. So to understand the origin of the makeup, I will shortly support myself with Britannica, and you can read more about it on their website. But the 6,000 years ago, this is where the cosmetics were present in ancient Egypt, and they were meaning prosperity and also to collaborate with gods. And also eyeliner, one of my favorite, was present there. And also men were using it. Then we go quickly to the Bible, Old and New Testament, and they didn't like makeup there at all, and they rather were focused on banning the makeup and saying a lot of bad stuff. And that was 627 BCE, if someone really wants to know that. And the book of Jeremiah, he argues against cosmetic use, thereby discouraging vanity. And I will spare you whatever he said exactly, and you can read about it more on the website. But all in all, what is more important is how the society is impacting other people to think of something and to use it or not. And I allow myself to notice that the person who it was against it was a man. So but it wasn't like that in history. Later on you will see that there was also Queen Victoria against makeup, but I just wonder who influenced her. Moving on to Romans. They were also against cosmetics, but not every Roman were following that idea, and they actually liked it. They were using a lot of hygienic products, bath soaps, and women had to look certain way, and they were encouraged to enhance their natural appearance, removing hair from the body, and use natural essence. But the Roche makeup products such as Roche were associated with sex workers and were considered as a sign of shamelessness. So it wasn't really something that was encouraged. We move on to more into Renaissance. Let's go to Renaissance, where the cosmetics were, of course, more embraced, as it was physical beauty, but unfortunately it resulted in a very bad harmful products were there present in all these cosmetics and contained lead and other harmful chemicals, toxins. So that probably didn't do them very well. And I can remember, probably if you saw all these movies, historical documentaries, and so on, and they were spraying their wigs, perucas, or whatever they had. They were sneezing a lot and had many health problems. And until 1920s, we actually had, from 1920s, the cosmetics such as red lipstick, dark eyeliner, and this is where it all started. And there started to be also this pressure, so it didn't exactly went with the freedom of using cosmetics, but it also started a little bit more like a pressure to use cosmetics, and it was a social pressure for the sex appeal, but at least it was no longer considered as selfish or wicked. So that was just a little bit about the historical background of it. In the modern, articles, there is a lot of articles about it, and for me they are a little bit more flat and actually focus on selling the products and telling us something is good or positive and how you should look like, than to really offering the input and provoking the thought about why we wear makeup or not wear makeup. And from my personal perspective, the makeup is something that whether you wear it or not wear it, it's supposed to make you feel absolutely good and support your well-being. So if you are wearing it because of the pressure in the society, this probably won't really be something you will enjoy and will make you feel good about yourself and add to your confidence. So what now it's claimed, the makeup supposed to trigger your confidence, self-worth, courage, and so on. And there is some true aspect to it, but if you are forced to use it because you need to get a job, or there is a requirement in your job and you actually are not into makeup that much, that is actually more stressful to you and doesn't encourage you to do anything. That is mostly the pressure of it. So it is, unless it is not that social pressure to be someone you are not, it should be considered to not do it from that pressure. That's what I wanted to say. I think that a woman that is truly choosing from her well-being, from her inner state, from her intuitive mind, do I want to make up today or not? Why? Without being free from that social pressure, she's truly free in the society that we, or societies, or different cultures, different countries. That woman will be truly free if she can be independent from what other people think or might think about her, and she will be truly confident whether she wears it or not. And it's an aspect of a freedom that we keep on finding in ourselves. And I'm not saying here that we're fighting for, or we conquering, because this is always was and is within us. And perhaps in the times of the oppression, where women could not drive a car and have possession or vote, maybe it was just suppressed, but this aspect of freedom is always present within us. So we just keep on reminding ourselves, or keep on evoking it within ourselves more than fighting for it. From psychological point of view, makeup is something that indeed it can bring you some courage to go out there into the world and do something, go to the party, go to work, and be someone with the qualities that the makeup is giving you a feeling that is improving, encouraging, integrating within yourself. So it's touching on your essence of who you are. So if you want to be more courageous and a certain color or eyeliner gives you the impression, connotation of that. When you put it, you actually in fact might feel that way. So it will probably help you to improve your performance, whatever you are, and so on, talking to people, communicating. First of all, this psychological effect you already have when you looking at your mirror, putting the makeup, and you giving value to yourself because you acknowledge yourself. You acknowledge how you look. You happen to like your appearance. You are noticing yourself, and being noticed is something that the makeup underlying certain parts, the lipstick or eyeliner, is that it can give you, offer you this first impression in the society, but not from the pressure that you must do it, but from something that gives you the inner feeling first. And then from that inner feeling, you can go on and have this courageous communication with someone, you're negotiating something with someone, or you just want to have good time and have fun. There is another level, and I call it energetical level, and this is like a shape-shifting more. So some of you who are psychic feel more, dream, have visions. When you make a certain type of makeup that you experiment with, you may have a easiness of tapping into energies, beings that maybe from the reincarnation you were someone and you have this clear image how this person was looking like, and by offering yourself that makeup, you get a better sense of who that person was. And some of you may do that out of curiosity. Some of you may do that from intention of integrating that part of yourself from long time ago to the current you. So as a soul, following the concept that there is a soul that is having this wandering through different lifetimes, whatever you think or believe, it is true for you, but following that concept, it can offer you integrity of the full parts of you, whatever they are spread in the universe, or you think they are spread, or it's just the psychological. You can always think about it psychologically if it's too much for you. That is the particles, your sub-personalities that you can integrate within yourself. For example, if you have a specific makeup, like Vikings were going to the war, they had this specific makeup, and you do that for yourself to tap into a warrior within you, you may actually have a feeling of that. You do not have to go out into the world with that particular makeup, but having an image of that, imagining that, you may actually maybe have a better discussion with someone, or use a certain energy, certain power, be more powerful in whatever you need to achieve that particular day or in particular project. There is an also aspect of protection. So as you know, in the cultures, a lot of people were painting, gravering, probably that's the right word, on the protection when they were going their weapons. So they were feeling protected. Makeup also can have this impact on you, like it's protecting you. And there are two sides of that, positive and negative. So basically, if the women are creating a certain makeup and they do not feel comfortable even with doing that, and this is done from the pressure, or they are very insecure about themselves, but they have to go out there. So it is like a protection, like something that they're putting a mask. And because of that, maybe they're not feeling the best. They're still acting from survival mode and vibe with that, but they just want to protect themselves. So it's from sort of, negative reason, but at the same time, it gives them something positive. They can go on through the day, even if it's not the greatest feeling, it's still some aspect of positivity in it. The another one is absolutely positive, is this positive protection against the negative energy. And whoever you are, whatever you believe in. It is just maybe cruelty of other people. If you have that makeup and you feel good about yourself, then maybe psychologically you just get a better distance and better reaction to what's going on, to what's happening, because you want to maintain that well-being within you. So you're not going to react, you're not going to get frustrated, aggressive. You're just going to distance yourself because you have beautiful makeup on yourself and you like to maintain it, for example. So it is like warding off the negative energy. If you're more psychic and you happen to see, sense other weird energies around you and people who don't think positive, or they send you, or people play different, black magic, or however you can call it, quantum physics, because things are not local, they send you something. This form, like a makeup, it also can work psychologically, therefore vibrationally, on your well-being. So you may notice it earlier, block it earlier, and feel like there is a certain amount of protection, vibe of protection around you. So it's more like a visualization or ritual that the moment you can actually talk to your inner self and make a deal. The moment you are putting your makeup, you're putting also some protection around you in your subtle body, on astral plane, and so on and so on. So here, that I leave to your visualization about the process. The same thing is about clothes, hair, color of hair, and anything else, perfumes, smells you like. You smell certain things, you feel better, and you feel better, you can perform better, of course. So everything is interconnected here. For some women, there's also this pressure in the society, have high heels. And I watched that, especially in Europe, a lot of times when women were going to work in such a high heels that I had no idea, and I'm a dancer, how long they can wear it. I would just care for my legs a little bit more at this point. But then later on, I noticed, and some years later, they got smarter. So they were carrying, and probably it's still happening now, they were carrying additional pair of shoes, flat shoes, and then right before the building, they were changing their shoes into high heels. If they were working in the restaurants as a waitress, that's a terrible thing, because then they are really long time running around in those high shoes. Usually then I've heard they were not so high, thankfully, because as we know, it's not so good for our knees. Anything else, like the care of the color can also give you a certain feeling that you may integrate some part of your personalities within you. And long time ago, I had a red color, just like my sweater is, very red color, and I really enjoyed it. And you can also experiment how people are viewing you, how people are reacting. And I'm from Poland, so I can tell you that in Poland at the time, people had not so positive reaction. I was very relieved because I was living in the Netherlands, and as long as I left there, I came back, I was so positively surprised that none of the people I was working, cooperating, meeting, knowing, were having even slight negative comment about the color of my hair. So the comments of the society are also something that we should not take to personal, or not personal at all, because the same makeup, the same hair of color, the same appearance of you may cause a different reaction in a different country, in a different culture, among different people. And usually when someone is criticizing you for something, it is when they are projecting something of you, something about you, something about themselves, on you. And this is usually something they do have a personal problem with, but they're trying to put it on you. I'm not talking about the judgment when you have to judge if it's safe to walk along the street. So we need to judge, we need to differentiate what is good for us, what is not. But someone else's appearance is none of your business. You can say that to these people who are commenting on the way how you look. And I never met with such a comments in another country, but unfortunately I have to say that that was very, very often happening in Poland. And since the recent times when I was longest in Poland, from 16 years, I was there for the longest 3 weeks recently, a lot of things has changed. But unfortunately, these comments and this particular being Polish is still there, or maybe runs among certain types of people. But anyway, in a result, my point with the makeup is this: wear it or not wear it, it's your business. But the most important thing, whether you do or not, is how you feel with it, from what intention you want to do it, and what it gives you, what it integrates within you, what kind of essence it adds to your personality, to your well-being. And I think that is the most important thing. So I'm going to leave you with that thought, and I would love to hear what you think about this. Have a lovely time wherever you are. Bye bye.